welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show. It is free-for-all, off the rails, Thirsty Thursday. Things are going to get freaky-deaky up in here. Yeah, we twerked last night. I don't know if we'll twerk again. I might do some break dancing. We might pull these rugs up, lay some cardboard out. Hot news.
Barretto, did you break dance at like the roller rink back in the day?
No.
Okay.
We did that out on the street.
Oh, okay.
Where break dancing was real. Look at Diva Steva over there at the pub. Party foul at the pub.
Well,
No
right now,
New Year's Day
I'm
to
laying
celebrate.
I'm laying on a boat in Florida. The sun's shining in my face.
I know, we're in Florida, man.
I feel like we
are
got a
in
little
Florida.
Eric Church over there.
Eric Church doesn't wear those kind of sunglasses.
I know,
but he definitely looks sort of like
Who?
Stevie Wonder with hair. Yeah. There it is.
Oh.
I
Well,
don't know if anybody have seen these or not. Prather, Chad is for Texas. Chad is for Texas, Prather 2022. Pretty cool little sunglasses. They are UV rated,
okay.
these glasses. I'm currently on the beach wearing these in Florida. While you're watching this, I actually know we're at a comedy club in Port Charlotte when you're watching this thing. Vasani Comedy Club, to be exact. You know what I did, Jennings?
What's that?
I poured myself a drink.
You
'Cause
did?
It's Thursday.
Water.
Yeah, it looks like some tasty water there.
Let me smell
A
it.
few bubbles at the top.
You can't smell anything in there.
My mom drank then.
It's delicioso.
You can't.
That's
That water with a worm at the bottom?
This was my mom's choice
yeah.
back in the day. This is why she doesn't drink anymore.
That's Hornitos. Hornitos.
Ah.
I am on a campaign.
Oof.
I am on a campaign to get a tequila sponsor. A good silver tequila. That's what I like.
Okay.
Puppet Master Mark and Candace the Queen are at the helm, flying us into the nether regions of all things thirsty.
Maybe I can pour some of that George Strait tequila in another bottle, put your name on it.
That is some
Up the
good
price
tequila,
$10,
bro.
because that is some good stuff.
That is some good tequila. Next week, we're going to be Lake Jackson, Texas. We're going to be at New Braunfels, Texas. Go to watchchad.com. Check us out. Find out where we're going to be. I have a ton of campaign dates coming up. And we're going to be listing those. We got rallies all over the state of Texas. Now, I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but we're having like Trump-style rallies.
I'm joining the campaign.
People are
I'm
you
hitting
getting
the
in?
trail. I'm hitting the trail. I'm getting in.
Come on.
I
Like it on the lake too.
finally figured out a way I can make money at it, so I'm going to do it.
Oh, I
We
thought
got,
you were going to run against Chad.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
We've
I'm
got-
on his team.
We got boat parades.
Yes.
We're going to have a Chad Prather boat parade.
Nice.
We got to figure out how to get a boat. I tell you what I want to do. I want to get like a 14-foot flat-bottom John boat with a little 5-horsepower Minn Kota trolling motor on the back and just buzz through the canals and wave our flags. You know what I mean? It'd be
Party Foul and I'd be fishing off the back while we're going through.
I was going to say we holler over at Chris Webb, see if we could borrow his boat. And
We're gonna have some Chad Prather boat parades. This is real,
That's
folks.
good.
Now that the summer's here, it's going to be good. But we're going to have some Trump-style rallies. I'm telling you, every place we've been, not every place, but most of the places we've been to do campaign stops, they've had to get bigger venues, bigger places, because doing it at the little community hall ain't big enough.
Yeah.
People come to me and they're like, we talk about you, but they haven't heard of you. You've got to get your name out there. No, you have to get my name out there. You have to get my name out there. We don't have the money for billboards.
Yeah.
We don't have the money for all the mailers and the door hangers. It's knocking on doors. It's picking up the phone and calling. I'm only one man, people. No New Year's Day. Steve, sing some Stevie.
No.
Do you know any Stevie Wonder songs? Don't know any, do you?
I was told never to sing again in my life.
We look good in these. We look cool. Suave and deboner. Yeah. But
I was just going to say those.
I like how
Those-
you kind of reference back to George Strait with that suave and debonair kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those boat parades, they really stick because I'm on the lake a lot, and there's still not been a time now, today, when I still don't see some sort of Trump flag hanging off of a boat or flying high. Actually, the one I saw this weekend was F. Biden. But
Trump 2024 signs in my neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Good neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'll go down to Lake Conroe every now and then, and people still have their Trump signs and their flags all out on the lake. But here's the problem I have with all of that. And that is the Democrats, the left, they have their strategy mapped out to 2060. Seriously. We can't get past 2020. Oh, my gosh. But we can protect our homes with home title lock. That's something that matters because I've warned you over and over again about home title theft, where cyber thieves remove you from your home's title and become the owner. I said, you better get home title lock because it's coming. Well, if you're on Facebook, you know that big breach they had where they leaked like 500 million accounts that were exposed to cyber thieves. They've actually, cybercrime experts have told us that everything thieves need to take over as the new owner of your home was leaked. Name, address, personal information, all out there. The thief forges your signature on a quitclaim deed stating you sold your home to him. He'll leave you in debt or even have you evicted. Do what I did and protect your home's title with Home Title Lock. Go to HometitleLock.com, register your address. They'll tell you if you're already a victim, and then sign up for 30 free days of protection during this high-risk breach. Again, go to HometitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO. That's HometitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO. Gonna get off the rails in a moment. We'll be right back. Oh, boy, howdy. I tell you what, these biological males that are now identifying as females that want to compete in pro sports and like the Olympics and in these high-level sports, collegiate sports, things like that. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Just because you're wearing the sunglasses, Steve, don't mean you can just sit over there and be quiet, okay? You may be blind, but you're not mute.
Yes, I know.
It's funny the way you guys put the sunglasses on and just like you don't want to say anything.
No, I have to be real careful because this is one of those, I got really good funny jokes, but I can't tell them all because people.
Nothing's ever stopped you.
Yeah, I know.
Literally nothing's ever stopped you.
How much of a problem is it? Because we hear about this, biological men wanting to compete in women's sports, but how often do we hear about biological women wanting to compete
It's amazing, isn't it? Well,
isn't
because
that crazy that we don't ever hear that, and that's not
nobody's
a problem?
ever fighting for that right.
I don't understand why.
Instead, you have these 43-year-old washed-up douchebags that want to suddenly identify as a female so they compete against girls, crack some skulls. But have you seen this one picture of the Olympic, I don't know, like BMXer or whatever they are? I didn't even know this was an Olympic sport.
Everything's an Olympic sport these days.
They ride, apparently.
No matter what
Gender
it is.
modification is an Olympic sport. They ought to see who does the best job. Who can twerk. Let's make twerking an Olympic sport.
You're not going to be in that one.
I will. I don't even want to compete. That's when you would see girls identifying as males. If they made twerking an Olympic sport, then you would see biological females competing against the males.
Yeah, they'd be good at it.
All right. But have you seen this person's face, though? This biological male that's competing as a female?
No, are we going to see it?
I wish you could see it. We might have to pull it up at the break and get Candace so she can do a full screen.
Does she have a beard?
No, she doesn't have a beard.
Oh.
But these teeth that have been all busted out from doing BMX over the years, it's brutal. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth.
So this
Whistling
dude's
while she
identifying as a
rides.
female so he can race his bike.
That is one ugly chick. That's all I'm going to say. This dude has crushed his face on a lot of dirt paths.
Yeah.
Eating a lot of rocks, a lot of gravel.
BMXer.
But did you see the one like this 43-year-old that's trying to compete? And it's like, why can't you just man up and... This is a sham. This is a sham. The whole thing is a sham. Look, you be you.
Right.
But until you try to put you on me, then we got a problem. Because when you try to put you on me.
Look, maybe they could make a sport, the sports and have a league of their own.
We said
You know?
that, and we said they would have more sponsors than any of them.
Yeah.
Sure, why
Because
not?
everybody wants to be.
It's
woke.
you whatever you know, and do it separate
Sure.
like that.
Can you
Their
imagine?
transgender Olympics?
Can you
Yeah.
imagine like transgender basketball game? You know, here comes this chick running down the court, tits flopping and balls hanging out of the shorts. Like, I would watch this. I would watch all of this. Because you know they'd be at that age where they need a nut bra because that stuff's swinging in
Well,
the
see,
sack.
I want that, and then I want a steroid league. Like whatever the
I
sport
want
is.
that. I've been
Pump all the
advocating for
steroids
years.
you can.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you get after it.
I want
that's
a
good.
baseball. I want football, hockey. I want these guys so juiced up
Okay.
that their wieners become an innie.
But-
Like, I mean, just shrunk up to the point of just gone because they've
To the
they've
point where
juiced
they
up
actually
so much.
become a woman?
Their heads are like twice. They look like a spoon. Their head is this big compared to their body, right? Because the human growth hormones just expanded their skull. Like, I want to see this stuff. I mean, like in baseball, they'd be wearing like size 8 3/4 hats. That's what I want to see. And I mean, just crush the ball. Put the fence at like 700 feet.
I like gladiator sports anyway, so that would be I like the UFC kind of stuff. Let them guys juice up
I
and
mean,
go at
just
it.
let's
Roid
let's
rage to the next level.
Yeah,
put
there'd be a
them
lot of
in the
violence.
Coliseum, dude. And I mean, you just automatically get a thumbs down, right? If you lose, you get a thumbs down. Crush them. Let's make this competitive thing real. Like, y'all get in there and bust each other's heads in. But you know, the fact that we're not protecting these girls and these women at the high school level, I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, even I even said it before. Caitlyn Jenner's even said, even from at least through the high school level of athletics, that needs to be kept separate. But it needs to
Through
go
the
beyond
collegiate
that.
level. It's got to be through the collegiate level because these girls work so hard.
Yeah, scholarships, all that kind of stuff.
And these
The
girls work
collegiate
so hard.
level, you're
and
talking
they go
about
out there
somebody's
and-
living, too.
This is probably one of those episodes where I had a guy who came on my Facebook and he said, all you post is hate.
I mean, can you imagine?
Good God. I mean, if this is hate, I am trying to protect these innocent girls from getting their skulls crushed from these boys that can't compete as biological males. That's hate, then. I'm a hater.
Well, and I know transgender folks. I'm sure you do as
Of course
well.
I do.
I've asked them, and I don't know anyone at this point who agrees with this process. They are like, no, it's still
Are
not
they
fair.
athletes though?
But
And
again,
poor in
this
their
is-
division.
I mean, if the runway
this is
a
like everything
competition.
else. This is a minority of a certain community. This is a statistical minority of a certain community that makes all the waves. Right? Like we focus. Is this the dude?
Oh,
This the dude? That's a good picture of her, actually.
well,
Oh, there's a bit there. I've got to find it. There's a better picture of them busted teeth.
If you look at the picture on the bike, it looks like there's a nice big black hole in there somewhere.
Yeah, my grandma always said something about putting lipstick on a pig.
and
back to
you
that
talk about
picture.
the statistical minority. You're right, because some transgender folk are saying these aren't representatives because they're not
Well,
they're not
Jenner-
transgender.
Caitlyn Jenner's caught hell from. And again, you got to remember, folks, common sense isn't dead.
Yes,
It's not dead. The average person out there has a lot of friggin' common sense.
thank you.
A lot, but what we hear from is the minority of morons who come out and just try to politicize their ideology, and we idolize idiocy. And this is the kind of thing that's the one that gets all the attention, and the news media jumps in on it. And like this, I don't care if this person wants to ride their bicycle and jump and grind their face in the dirt. I don't do what you want to do. Listen, chick, rack your balls on that center bar. I don't care. But I just leave us out of it, right? Compete as a male.
Yes.
Compete as a male.
That looks like Paul from the Wonder Years became a girl.
Yeah.
That's it. Compete whatever. Go get a DNA test, and whatever it comes back as you are, either XY or XX. What is
Yeah.
it? What's the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whichever one you identify, that's where you get to go. Period. End of discussion.
Weird, man. But these are the things that irritate me. I mean, and it's not how you identify. I don't care about your persuasion. I don't care. But when you put you on me, then it's another problem. When you put you on somebody else's life, now you're imposing yourself on someone else. It's wrong.
Is that what you said when that dude put himself on you?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but that ain't never happened. I'm going to go on record. I'm Prather 2020, and I endorse this as a message.
Imagine if we had a hot news Nathaniel.
You know what I'm saying?
What you working with over there, Nat?
It's good.
But you hear the point I'm trying to make. Whenever you impose yourself on somebody else, it's wrong. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it is racial. I don't care if it's gender. I don't care if it's sexuality. I don't care what orientation or persuasion it is. Whenever you try to put your thing on some... Listen, lady, if you put your thing on somebody else, that's a problem.
The argument that I've heard is one of the arguments for this is that because they take so many hormones that they have lost all of their male strength.
Okay.
And I know, I'm like, well, does that mean that so when the women take all their hormones, all of a sudden they're going to gain just as much strength as a biological man?
Right.
No!
That's right.
Well, I had a girl with mustache. She was something else.
Now, don't get me wrong. Some of these folks are pretty impressive in their transitions.
Oh.
I mean, I can show you some pictures of some people that I know, and I'm like, you wouldn't. Like, I was showing Steve Helms a picture of a girl the other day, and I was like, a dude, and he goes, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're telling me that I'm digging on this dude?
No, there are plenty I'm envious of. I'm like, oh, you don't have to deal with the cellulite.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look good.
Yeah. But hair in the butt crack, hard to get rid of.
Well, you know.
Laser that right out.
Laser it out.
Yeah. But these are, it's like insanity.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Yeah, that's crazy. If you're watching porn and all of a sudden a wiener pops out where it shouldn't, what do you do?
But like...
You keep watching? Do you keep watching?
What is the deal, though? When did the world become so crazy? Like, when did it become this just insane thing? Like, I get that back in the 40s and 50s, there were probably guys and girls who were struggling with their identities and the way they felt and all of these kind of things. And it wasn't, it was more taboo in society to come out or to expose these kind of things. But, like this football player that comes out the other day and does this video about, I wish I didn't have to make these videos about coming out as gay. I'm hoping that we can get to a point where these videos don't have to be made. They don't have to be made now.
Correct.
Because no one cares. Can you tackle?
The real question is, can you stop tackling? Once you've tackled, can you stop? And
are you still tackling after the whistle's been blown?
Do you think it's because they have to take their issue, whatever issue they have, and make it everybody else's?
Well, that's what I've been saying for 15 minutes.
Yeah. He did.
Did you say it like that?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where I heard it from.
Remember the
he
thing
was over
part?
here like whistling, isn't she lovely?
He was
wasn't
thinking
paying
about his
attention.
next punchline. And I'm saying, when you have to take your issue and put it on other people, that's a problem.
They lost me at the Mr. Potato Head. I went and ordered one because, to me, Mr. Potato Head, there is nothing more optional than Mr.
Yeah.
You can put whatever you want.
Like, that's a cheap surgery.
And he's body positive. You know what I mean? Like, he's like owning it in that russet style.
Russet.
Come on.
Growing eyes.
So that's how crazy we are.
And again, that was a genius move by Hasbro to even put that out there, because they never took the Mr. or the Miss off of the box. They never did that. But it got us talking about it. And suddenly I have people bringing potato heads to my shows and giving them to me. I have people giving them to me. Yeah. And I'm like, nobody's bought a potato head in centuries. But now everybody's got a potato head. I got one sitting in my kitchen. I put one together and gave the rest to the kids.
Well played.
Yeah. And so now it sits next to the potatoes in my kitchen.
That's what I should do.
Yeah. But I'm like, okay, that's the way it goes, man. Insanity. But it was a genius marketing strategy. Yeah. Right? It was a genius marketing strategy. The same thing they did it with Monopoly when they were taking away the capitalism from Monopoly, which is the whole point of the game.
Mm-hmm. They've done that over the years with Barbie, too. Different social issues and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the Dr. Seuss books. Listen, I'm telling you, here's what I'm going to do. If you go to watchchad.com and visit the store, they're removing all of our shirts because people have complained so much about the hyper masculinity of our shirts They're pulling our stores down. So if you want to get a shirt, you better go get one.
Ooh, well done.
They could all be gone by next week. I don't know. We're in a fight. We're in a fight. So go get your stuff.
Get it.
Yeah. And you need to sign up at blazetv.com/Chad because they're going to pull us down here too. Anyway, Northwest Retention Systems, my friends and our new sponsor friends here on the show, America's premier holster and everyday gear manufacturer. They are a no-compromise, top-shelf company. You need to follow them on Instagram, by the way, NW Retention. A lot of entertaining stuff there with our buddy Tim Anderson. Every company says they're all about those values, but Northwest Retention proves it. Gear, product, innovation, it's their obsession. It's a custom shop providing holsters and systems for hundreds of firearms. Proud to be all-American and to be manufacturing all of their products in the United States and to be employing Americans. At Northwest Retention, they have goals. They want to bring the greatest quality, value, and service to the marketplace. They want to be innovative and continue to build and provide the best quality lifestyle gear to industry. They want to show gratitude, help their fellow man, build relationships, train and educate. They're personal, and they're a great company that works to bring the very best to their customers and go above and beyond to improve their communities. The products, you will not be disappointed. From their outdoor gear to their top-selling Scout chest holster to their concealed carry lines, quality and performance are present and always will be. Check out their website to see all they have to offer. Premium quality and satisfaction is guaranteed. They offer a lifetime warranty, and they've got you covered with holsters done right. Go to nwretention.com. That's nwretention.com. Enter the promo code WATCHCHAD. It will save you 10%. We're off the rails, folks, and we'll be right back. So, they announced yesterday that Kamala Harris, VP, immigration czar, after 90 days of being named as such, is going to visit the border on Friday. Could be so they could get ahead of the visit from the one and only Donald Trump, who's going down to the border with Greg Abbott, the current governor of Texas. They're going to be down there on the 30th.
You think she'll notice that there's Florida state troopers and Nebraska state troopers, Texas state troopers down there working our border?
She's going to see what she wants to see.
Yeah, and she's gonna be interesting. Watch how they spin this.
Oh, yeah.
Watch how they spin this. So she's headed down there tomorrow. Going to get ahead of the game. I'm headed down there next week, actually, for a little visit, and then we've got a big visit coming up in July. Going to be down there. We're going to be speaking in McAllen, Texas, and also going to be down on the border for a few days visiting with a number of Border Patrol agents and various law enforcement down there. Yeah, I mean, it's an issue. Everybody's trying to beat each other down to the border now that Trump says he's going to go, right? Everybody's got to get down there. Everybody got to get down there. You know, there's other gubernatorial candidates that are down there right now. Good for them. Go down there and we can see it. We can talk about it. We can see it firsthand. I've seen it firsthand. I've been down there. I'll go to, people want you to go down there again. I'll go down there again. I'll talk with these folks. I will talk with law enforcement. It doesn't change the plan. It doesn't change. It's chaos. It is a crisis. I mean, it's worse than anybody can imagine how bad this situation is. And Kamala Harris can go down there all she wants to. They're not going to change anything.
He should go down there at the same time as her, a mile down the road, and see what happens.
No, even better. We get them, both of them up on a section of the wall, and they have an epic sword fight. Come on, best television ever.
Trump identifies as a woman?
Yeah, he'd have to.
So they'd be equal?
Yeah. Well, I think Kamala's more likely to identify as a man.
And he swings a golf club.
And not based on her history.
It could be y'all steroid Olympics, and then this is what it is.
CPAC is coming.
I'm glad she's finally going down.
Oh, okay. CPAC, there she's not finally. Apparently, she's been down a lot. CPAC is coming to Texas. It'll be here July 9 through 11, I think. It's going to be in Dallas. And, of course, Trump is going to make an appearance there. One of the things I want people to do is help Donald Trump realize that he endorsed the wrong candidate by endorsing Greg Abbott. There's a lot of speculation as to why he did that. Obviously, somebody advised him on that.
It goes back to what you were saying earlier about political favors.
There are political favors. I have my speculation on which person in Texas called Trump and called in some favors to protect Greg Abbott. We won't get into that. And then I have some reasons to believe why Trump would do that, because there's certain things Trump wants accomplished as well. And it's a political game, folks.
Maybe you should just text Junior and be like, what up?
What up, yo? I have.
Okay.
But Junior doesn't influence what Dad does at all.
No.
At
For sure.
all.
Yeah.
But one of the things I want to do at CPAC is we're going to have some signs made, and I want Trump to see them. I want it to say, love Trump in MAGA red with the white lettering. And then down below in white, black lettering, fire Abbott. And I want there to be so many people holding those signs that Trump's going to look at some aide and go, hey, why, who told us to do this? Hey.
Thought this was a stand-up guy.
This was a bad decision. This was like a monumentally bad decision.
I think you're a little more Marlon Brando than Donald Trump there.
Is there really a difference?
Will it carry weight if there's some favors in play here?
Trump doesn't like to look bad. Trump doesn't like to look bad. And Greg Abbott is a campaign conservative. The same promises he's making about the border now, he made in 2015. I posted 7 headlines of what he was going to do in 2015 when he was running for office. And guess what?
Everyone thought it was current. Something he said currently.
Now he's saying it right now. Going to double spending on border security. He said that in 2015. Going to visit the border. Going to monitor all different aspects of the border. Going to visit what needs to happen. Said all that in 2015. Here we are. And so now he's going to build a wall. He's not going to build a wall. He's not going to build a wall. Greg Abbott is not going to build a wall. People want to talk about, he ain't going to build a wall. He's saying that. That's why I love people who come at me and they say, well, I can't believe you're running for governor when Greg Abbott is doing such a great job. What's he doing? I always put that back on people. Not what is he saying? What's he doing? What's he doing? And they're like, I'm not going to list for you all the things he's doing. I don't want you to list all the things he's doing. I want you to give me 8 or 10, 5 or 6. Not doing anything.
Well, I remember being locked up. I remember him doing that.
He did do that. You know what he did the other day? Now, this is a tricky one. A lot of people don't want, and we talked about this the other day on the show, but he just vetoed a bill that would regulate how people keep their dogs outside. All right? Now, on one hand, he says that there's already laws that cover that. Yeah, but there's still dogs out there on heavy chains. There's still dogs out there in bad conditions. And yeah, in many cases, there are animal cruelty. There are laws in place. But this would have regulated how people keep their animals, right? Now, a lot of people come out and say, no, we want freedom. We don't want to be micromanaged by the government. I hear you. But we're not talking about how you mow your grass.
Correct.
We're talking about how you keep your animal, right? These are things that matter. This is a living thing. That's why when I come out and I talk about when, as I said in the last segment, when you impose yourself on me, it's wrong. Well, what about you impose yourself when it comes to abortion? No. That ain't just about you. That's about a baby too, right? That ain't just about me and you anymore. There's another living being involved. That's my conviction, right? So yeah, I'm going to speak out about that. When you have a dog involved, that matters to me. Why would you veto that bill? Why veto that bill? Like, this is the kind of thing that pisses me off. Why is the Texas Parks and Wildlife killing deer on high-fence ranches in order to brain test these animals for chronic wasting disease when no deer in the history of the state has ever died from chronic wasting disease? And these people invest millions of dollars. Why do we have the TABC who's coming in and shutting businesses down because they got a 2-day-old Pabst Blue Ribbon in the walk-in cooler? And our buddy Chris Pallone had to go pay almost $3,000 to the court the other day, $2,000, something like that. They said, you do this right now or we're taking your permit, your business permit away. And it's Gestapo stuff, man. This is the kind of stuff. So don't tell me about who the government, get off the government tit. The government ain't going to do anything to take care of you. They're not going to do it. They're not building a wall. And by the way, not passing constitutional carry either. You're like, oh, he's going to sign it. He's going to sign it. No, it ain't constitutional carry. It's watered down to permitless carry. Because right now, even when this thing is signed, This watered-down HB 1927 bill in Texas, it is going to be permitless because if it were constitutional, 18 to 21-year-olds would still be able to carry a firearm too. But right now, under this bill, they can't do that. Now, they can go die for their country. They can shoot a 50 cal. They can go out and carry arms and a rifle in Afghanistan. But no, they can't carry it here in the state of Texas because that ain't constitutional carry. And he hadn't signed it yet either. So don't say, oh, he's signing constitutional carry. No, he's not, and it ain't constitutional. Get me on my soapbox. Let me tell you another thing pissing me off about the American government. We're really bad at leaving our friends behind. Really bad. Really bad. We did it in Vietnam. We pulled out, and you know what? The South Vietnamese, after we left the Vietnam War, were slaughtered. They were slaughtered by the North Viet Cong. They were slaughtered. You know why? Because we left our friends behind. We weren't there to defend them anymore. We've done it in Iraq now, and now we're doing it in Afghanistan. And in Afghanistan, there are 80,000 high-profile, high-security clearance people, some of the highest security clearance that you could have, Afghanis who aided us and our soldiers and our troops while in Afghanistan. You know how many visas we issued to the Afghanis to get them out of there? Because let me tell you something, there's no reconditioning camps with the Taliban. They're going to murder your children in front of you. They're going to rape your wives, murder her before they torture you to death. So these guys that helped us, helped our troops, guess what? We left them behind by pulling out of Afghanistan. We issued out of 80,000 of those people, we issued 30,000, like 28,000 visas. It means there's over 50,000 men that helped our troops with high security clearance.
Like translators and stuff like that.
That's the fighters, people who saved lives, like shot somebody before they shot you. I'm going to get Chad Prather Show back on the show to talk about this very thing. And where's the Biden administration on this thing? We're leaving them behind. We're bad at this stuff, this government. Raise American. Raise American, a new sponsor to the show. A company that raises the bar for premier organic grass-fed beef all over the country. For more than 15 years, Raise American has been honing its processes to provide lovers of beef the ultimate eating experience, from the feed to the cattle to the steak. Raise American raises the standard of what American organic beef ought to be. Raised American cattle come from humanely treated animals reared on small independent American farms run by family farmers and ranchers adhering to some of the strictest animal welfare and sustainable farming protocols. Healthy cattle make healthy beef, and no one knows that better than the team at Raised American. Raised American focuses on sustainability, which is why they work closely with these family farms to raise grass-fed organic cattle, which spend most of their lives grazing pastures in the fresh open air grazing in a way that regenerates the soil instead of depleting it. Raise American's 100% organic, 100% grass-fed, 100% American. Go to raiseamerican.com right now. Order and learn more. Good for you, good for our planet, good for America. Raiseamerican.com. We'll be right back. So one of the things I came across on Twitter, Representative Matt Schaefer of Texas made a comment. The word is out that a senior Chinese official has defected and is spilling the beans on U.S. government officials dealing with the CCP. I wonder if any people in Texas government are nervous right now. He just put that on Twitter. Very, very interesting stuff. Yeah.
I would have thought he'd spilled rice.
Where are they spilling this information at? Where's he spilling it, and who's it with? Because
I read you the tweet.
This is where stuff gets hidden, and we don't hear the full story if our government's, top levels are involved.
Just call him right now, Chad, on air.
Allison's already calling him. Yeah, everybody knows Allison. But I will tell you, we talk about. I talk about these things, like this thing with the dogs, that Senate bill and all this stuff with the dogs. And it's a sticky situation because these are the things people, you want to take care of the dogs. You want to take care of these animals, these pets. You want to fight for them. You want to fight for, the rights of healthy animals and things like that. But then again, you don't want the government intervening and micromanaging all these things. It's a lot of stuff there. And people read a headline and they think they know everything there is to know about these bills and about these things that are going on. You don't. That's why someone very high up at BlazeTV who used to work for numerous senators in Washington, D.C. One of his jobs was to read these bills. And he told me years ago, he said, you know how you read these bills? You read them from the back to the front. And you read these bills because that's where they stick all the stuff, is in the back. They think you're tired and stuff by the time you get back there.
And you are.
And you are, because you've read all this, political and legal jargon speak.
Oh, it's awful.
And his here tos and forthwiths and where tos and all that. And by the end of it, you're like, just throw some shit in there. And that's where they throw it in there. So you got to read these bills, not just the headlines. These are the things. That's why I get off on this whole deal about, constitutional carry in 1927. No, it's had so many amendments added to it. By the time it got to the governor's desk, finally, there was nothing there. We got to put Diva Steve on some coffee over there. He's yawning.
It was my Glenn Beck impersonation.
Yeah.
You ever seen him?
Have I seen him? Right in your face. It's not a small yawn.
Yeah.
Beck just gets, his whole face opens up.
I do believe that we should ban some legalese. It just gets so, have you ever read?
Yeah.
No. There's so much that is just so, you quit. You're like, I quit. I quit.
They intend it that way.
Well, I quit.
They intend it that way. That's the way they want it to be. That's why it ought to be, hey, bro, like there should not be a bill more than 8 pages long.
Yeah.
Really, there should be a law. Like, you want to write it, summarize the damn thing.
Yeah.
Use it where the average person can read this thing.
No different than our tax code. Look how it's
yeah.
written.
People really like bullet
nobody
points.
can understand the tax code. You
No, there's no way. The people that wrote the tax code don't understand the tax code.
So the laws are written by the same people that write the tax code.
They write these things up, and it's like, okay, we're going to do this. Even the way it's laid out is not good.
I hate reading paragraphs. Just bullet point it. Like, we're good. Boom, boom, boom. And then I like your idea. Just start with, hey, bro. Like, that's a great intro.
It really is. I'm all for reading comprehension, right? I believe in that. But when you make it where it's so much gobbledygook, like, you ever have somebody gets on there, I don't want to keep harping on Greg Abbott, but I will. The other day, he was talking about some deal, some bill. God, what was it? It was something that could have been summarized in a second. Just like in literally a 20-second soundbite. It took him 7 minutes to go. These guys, they bounce. And, I made fun of Barack Obama, who trying to make a point. The guy sounds like somebody pieced together cut tapes.
Sound bites.
It's insane. And it's like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? We've gotten so far. Our government is not of the people, for the people, by the people. It ain't with the people. It ain't nothing to do with the people anymore. That ain't it. And people are like, you need more experience. I will tell you this. I have spent some time over the years around a lot of representatives of the state, whether they're on the federal or the state level. I want you guys to know there's no superpower to their mentality. Like, you're not dealing with these incredible intellects here. These are not Thomas Jeffersons. These are not John Adams. Okay? These are not these guys. Remember, when the Revolutionary War was over, the Declaration was signed, and we were a country, and all these things were in place. We had established the Constitution. Remember, Alexander Hamilton was 26 years old, and Aaron Burr was 19. The old guys were 32 and 33. Benjamin Franklin was ancient at 60. These guys, we think that these guys are, have some kind of super brain power. No, they really don't. They really, really don't. But you don't know that, because you never sat down with them and talked to them, spent any time with them, read what they write. And so they put all this garbage together, this gobbledygook, to confuse you. That's why that's got to end. We don't even, we don't teach civics. We don't teach government. Teach it. Teach it. Teach it.
I think the people who surround them are really just the legalese translators. Okay, what does it really say? Okay, what should I say?
Do you really sit there and think that some guy is sitting in his office? I've been in these offices in the Capitol, and you know what? Every one of these reps are sitting behind these big oak desks, and you know what? They got all their people around them.
They do.
And you know what those people are doing? Telling them what this says.
Yes, translating.
They're looking up stuff real quick. They're on Google.
They're like,
me.
and they're going, "What do you think about this?" Well, I don't know.
That's oftentimes we're traveling or something, and we'll talk about a subject or something, and I tell him, "All right, dumb it down for me."
Yes.
And give me the
I'll have people who text me that are on my campaign team, and they'll be like, "Well, what do you know?" Different people say, "Well, what do you think about this?" And they're like, "Don't touch that one. It's a lose-lose." Because on the surface, it looks like something you need to jump on. Sometimes I'll jump on it anyway, just because. Just because. Let's talk about it. I mean, I'm one of those guys. Let's talk about it. And I can talk about it. Doesn't mean you know where I stand on it. You know, I can give you some opinions. I can give you some convictions. I can tell you the way I feel about certain things. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's wrong. But they'll say, "Don't touch that." And I usually do.
You're the kind of guy that likes to jump on the grenade.
It sounds like they probably already lost that argument.
Yeah.
Or something. So they're like, just don't do it.
I would like for someone. I would like for anyone out there just to tell us why all of this paperwork, all of this information, even in the court system, why the legalese has to be there. Like why it has to be so. Why?
Yeah, I get letters from the court every week. I don't even know what they're asking me to do.
I know.
Me too. You get a speeding ticket and it comes in using Latin words.
Yeah.
Why are we still doing that?
So why?
Yeah.
That's a genuine question.
The answer is litigation.
You were doing habeas and a corpus.
I need a better answer than that.
English words work just fine.
Yes.
Because literally every little piece of each of those bills will go to some sort of there'll be some sort of court case involved where case law is made and they have to be able to it's terrible.
Therefore, we're at bullshit.
Yeah.
No.
We heretofore bullshit. Y'all
That's
hang
where it
tight.
goes.
We'll be right back. Hornito tequila. That's appropriation.
Did you say horny?
Hornitos.
Oh,
Hornitos.
hornitos.
Yeah.
Hornito.
If you're in Florida, come out and hang with us. Friday night, Saturday night, and at the in Port Charlotte, Florida. That's right, gonna be there. In Visani Comedy Club. Look at Jennings over there. Look at Smooth. What does the side of those say?
Hell.
What do the side of those say? You can get some. WatchChad.com.
Chad Prather.
Yeah. BlazeTV.com. This is where the action is. You want to keep up with everybody that's a part of the Blaze family. You want to sign up BlazeTV.com/chat if you haven't already. I want you to go where podcasts are offered and leave us a 5-star rating and a good review. Talk well about Diva Steve. Diva Steve. Party foul Diva Steve.
Another nickname.
You're gonna have so many nicknames when it's all over.
Yep.
Hot news, Natalie. I want you to wear that hoodie forever.
When I go out of town, actually out of the country, I'm going to wear it.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I need people in Texas voting.
Is it time for Natalie to go on another vacation?
What if I see someone where I am that is in Texas? They're from Texas or visiting. They're going to see this. You're welcome.
Fantastic. Fantastic idea. WatchChad.com is where all the fun stuff is. Find out. We're going to be at Lake Jackson and in New Braunfels, Texas next week. Jesse Payton and myself. Diva Steve will be there as well. And you can come get party fouled up with him. Come see us. Come hang out. For Mark, for Candice, for Jennings, for Natalie, and all the rest of the crew, including Diva Steve. Love you. Bye. God bless.